What's going on, y'all? I want to welcome y'all back to the Raw Report. And in today's conversation, we're going to talk about the war you didn't sign up for. Have you ever been pulled into a fight that it wasn't even your fight? You were just standing around and somebody else was fighting, and next thing you know, you didn't got hit. So now you out here swinging. Y'all, uh, it's like everybody fighting and you just in the middle of it, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. You don't even know what the fight is about. You was watching it. You was in the wrong place. You was in the wrong time. And just boom, now you in the fight. You don't even have no clue what's going on. That's what spiritual warfare feels like. You ain't start to be, but you catching blows anyway. You ain't start nothing that had to do with nothing, but you catching the blows anyway. That's what spiritual warfare feels like. You was born into this war, whether you want to accept it, understand it or not. You was born into it. None of us signed up for it, but we was born into it. And a lot of times, especially as an adult, you get to the point where you think the problem is your job, your relationships, or even your money. And more times than not, those are just distractions. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it is the problem, the relationships, the job. Sometimes, but more times than not, those are distractions to keep you unfocused on the real pressure that's coming from the things you can't see, which is the spiritual warfare. We see what we see with our natural eyes, so we blame everything on that. But every person that you meet comes with a spirit. That don't mean that they're all bad spirits, but they're not all good either. You got to be prayed up. You got to ask God for discernment to understand who you're dealing with. Because some of these people don't mean you well at all. Not even, they just don't mean you well. And like I said, we be focused on the patterns, not just the people. The principality, the cycles, the traps, we focus on those things and don't realize that it's more spiritual warfare than anything. Instead of blaming the people, I'm trying to tell y'all, we have to start understanding what's really going on in this world. It's called spiritual warfare. And what's crazy is the enemy's not asking you for your consent. He's just banking on you to be comfortable. He's banking on you to be comfortable. And too many of us is out here I guess dressing for peace. We ain't putting on the armor of God. We ain't dressing for pressure, for war, understanding that it's gonna come regardless. Especially if you're reading your Bible and trying to do good. That pressure go hit even harder. It's gonna hit different. But when we stay comfortable, that's the thing that got us slipping the most. Ephesians 6 is basically talking about your protection, the armor of God. It's not just a quote or something that somebody's saying. It's the armor of God. It's the code that's telling you how to fight back in the spiritual world. Prayer, fasting, and reading your word. Those are not things that you can just not do. You have to be willing, you have to do these things for your defense. Because if you don't, the spiritual warfare go keep attacking you. And you go keep blaming it off on, oh, that's just how it is, or that's just, no, it's not. It don't have to be that way. And don't get me wrong, because once you actually get in this war and start fighting back, it gets harder. But at the end of but that to me proves that it's a real thing. So it's like, oh, okay, now you understand why you wasn't able to gain traction on the things that you was doing or trying to do, because something that you can't see was attacking you. And what's crazy is if you're under attack, when you're first trying to move on this path and you get under attack, he not attacking you because of something you ain't got. He attacking you for what's the purpose that's really on your life. That's why the enemy attacking you. And more times than not, the enemy attacks us so we can't find our rhythm to find our purpose. If that makes sense. The enemy attacks us so we can't get in alignment with what God has for us of our purpose. So he keeps us off rhythm. So we ain't never really, like if you was old school when the girls be playing double dutch, when they trying to get the rhythm to other ropes. Well, if you ain't never on rhythm, you gonna always just jump in and mess that thing up. And from my understanding of it, and I'm just giving y'all my understanding of it, we wasn't born to be a casualty in this war. We was born to be a threat. We all have some kind of purpose. We got to find it. And the crazy part about it is in you. But until you start searching within, you'll never find your purpose. It has nothing to do with outside sources, none of that. None of those things have nothing to do with nothing. Your purpose is in you. You got to find it. And he's not the enemy. When I say he, the enemy's not worried about your now. You're not worried about where you at now and what you're doing now, because you already did what you did. What you did yesterday is why you living in what you living in today. So whatever's happening to you today is something that you did before today that got you living in that today. He's scared of your next. The enemy is scared of what you're going to do next. So he's trying to keep you out of alignment so you can never get to your next. You always start doing other stuff that's keep you off path, keep you off the road you should be going. And if you're tired, think about it. If you're tired, that's a good thing. That means you ain't numb to this thing. If you're frustrated, that's a good thing. That means you still care. But if you silent, soft, scared, that's when the enemy wins. So all I'm saying is don't keep just surviving his hits and his attacks on your life. Learn to fight back. And I keep telling y'all, prayer, fasting, and reading your word. And as y'all notice, I ain't said nothing about going to church or doing this. Do that, fellowshipping with other people and all that. Those are great things. I'm not knocking it. Do it. But if that's for you, if it's not, you still can pray, fast, and read your word on your own. You ain't even got to tell nobody. That's your relationship with God. Find your relationship with God yourself. That's what I'm saying. I'm like I said, I'm just trying to tell y'all what works for me. Find your relationship with God yourself, because everybody nowadays is lying and cheating and spinning you in whatever direction they think you should go about yours. But they ain't spinning themselves, they go spin you. Only thing that's faithful and true, no matter what, is God. It's my experience. But if you don't fight in the spirit, you gonna keep bleeding in real life, because you trying to fight everything in real life. This person isn't. You want to fight with your hands but you're being attacked spiritually. So you got to learn how to fight back spiritually, which goes back to the fasting, praying, and reading your word. The enemy really, he can't steal your purpose. So what he does is he keeps you comfortable so you can forfeit your purpose. You can just give it up. You ain't even really trying to get it because you're comfortable with the way things are. And what's crazy is, more times than not, I know you're not comfortable with where things are. It's an underlying feeling in there that's like, you're supposed to be doing more, but you don't know what that more is. Well, you ain't gonna know until you start trying to do right. It ain't gonna just come to you. It's some work. It's harder to do right than it is to do wrong. And I know it don't sound like it. It don't seem like it. It's harder to do right than it is to do wrong. That's crazy. And I can tell you firsthand, doing wrong was easy. That was all, man. Let's go. That was easy. Start trying to do right. No, I ain't going here. I can't do that. I'm not doing that no more. That's when things got real. So, like I keep trying to tell y'all gonna have to put your gear on. Y'all gonna have to armor up and get in this fight because it's real out here. It's real in the field. It's a different fight because you can't see it with your eyes, but it's real. It's real. As the youngsters say, it's real smoke. This ain't for the weak. If you weak, I'm telling you now, you might well stay comfortable and go on about your business. Because this here, the attacks get super real when you try to do right and try to level up on your purpose. Because at the end of the day, this ain't a show. This is about survival at the end of the day. That's really what it is. And what you gonna do? Like I said, you didn't sign up for this war, but the war found you. So what you gonna do? You gonna fight back? Or you gonna keep accepting things as that's just how it is? Or it's somebody else's fault that you can't get ahead, or you can't do the things you want to do because you don't have the money, or you can't. All I keep hearing is you can't. So basically, you gonna keep focusing on what you can't do. That's not realistic. I'm just saying that made me think about a conversation I had a week ago. What you see is what you get. So if all you see is negativity, that's all you're gonna get. But until you start to change your mind and start to focus on the positive and the things that you really want, that's when things will start to change for you. So I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Like I said, y'all already know. Come join me in the Raw Kingdom Warriors, free community. We in there trying to help men grow. If you ready for growth and you trying to be real about your growth, the men, the brothers, we come together, we talk about things, we try to push things forward. Follow me on the Raw Report. I got a podcast, anywhere podcast is at. Y'all already know what I like to say. Stay real, stay raw, stay grounded in your faith, and walk boldly in your purpose. Till the next time, y'all, I'm out.